You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're
Hey,
great.
Derek.
Are we gonna have nicknames for each other each episode?
You're
I think
great.
we should.
You're great.
I'm Underboob. That's the original. That's the OG. So you're Nev Nips. I'm
great.
Underboob.
Oh wait, let's not give away the studio production value we have here.
Pretty low.
You're probably going to sing anyway, so you might as well just use
That's
that
a
part,
good
you
point.
know? I'm going to cough right away.
You're great.
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 You know who else is great?
Who's great?
Brad Upton is great.
You're
How are
great.
You guys are great. Great. I got the first coffee. Look at that. I saved you from that.
Really getting into
We're
it.
counting coughs here in the
Yeah.
Hug Life Studios.
I was thinking that, like, because we've been recording a lot, I'm just going to sound sick for, like, a whole month now.
Oh yeah. People are gonna be like, "Is Monica okay?"
You're right. You're dying? Oh, God. Nope.
Welcome to the Hug Life Podcast. I'm Monica Nevi,
And I'm Mike Coletta.
and this is our podcast.
We have guest Brad Upton is here.
I'm super
Hilarious
excited.
comedian.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for having me.
Of
Yeah.
course. Thanks for coming over. You want to start with some plugs? Let's get it out
Yeah.
of the way.
Let's do it. You go first. Though, 'cause I'm
Okay.
not ready at all.
When this comes out, January 4th, I will be at the Van Nuys Comedy Club. And then I'm back in Los Angeles for a while. So check my website, monicanevi.com, for that other stuff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will be at the Comedy Underground featuring for Christina Walkinshaw on the 5th through the
Yeah.
7th. That's going to be fun. And then on the 8th, I am at Tacoma Comedy Club for a show called Drink and Debate.
More drinking shows for you.
Oh, yeah, I just realized that. I hit it pretty hard last night, Brad.
Did you?
Yeah, it
Did
was the drunk show. And it was like, I think I
The
counted.
night after New Year's?
Yeah. And I think
Did you do New Year's too?
I didn't do New Year's.
Oh,
I actually
wow,
was
okay.
completely sober on New Year's,
Oh,
which was
wow.
actually really nice. I hadn't done that before, and I'm like, this is great.
I'm not sure I've done it either.
It was kind of fun. I woke up at like 8:30 on New Year's Day and just drove back from Spokane. And I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, this
Had
feels
the
good.
freeway to yourself.
Yeah, no one was there. It was great.
Yeah.
The pass was actually clearer than I thought. But yeah, I think I had like 11 shots last night.
Oh.
Added it all up.
It was a lot.
Because it was 9 Jameson and then a tequila shot and then that shot I took
Why?
on stage.
I did watch you do tequila, and I was like, what are you doing?
I know, I made a mistake. But I was fine. I'm fine today. I feel totally fine. It's actually
Wow.
kind of weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wait till tonight.
Yeah.
You're still drunk.
Yeah.
Who are you kidding?
I don't even
That's
know.
why you feel fine.
I just
You're
drove
still
here like,
drunk.
I feel so good right now.
I don't know what everybody's talking about. This is fine. Shows do you got coming up, Brad?
4th, 5th, and 6th, I'll be at the Ice House in Pasadena.
Ooh.
And then the 7th, I'm in the Enumclaw Theater. And the only thing we have to go up against is the Seahawks playoff game.
Yeah, that's
So it
that's
should be
fine.
drawn pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Did a door deal. I went, yeah, what? I did a door deal, you know, like, well, yeah, it might work out. I probably do all right. There's nothing going on that night. I'm going to kill it. And then last night, the Seahawks are on at 5 o'clock on
Is it
you know,
5?
like, God,
Is it on Sunday?
Saturday night.
Saturday. Is it
From
Saturday
like
night?
5 to 8:30ish. Our show starts at 8. Well, nobody's going to leave in the third quarter of
Yeah.
the Seahawks game to get to this. So I hope they do, but
Yeah.
not anticipate. And I think you and I might be on. Are we flying the same flight
Maybe.
on Wednesday?
When I leave at like 7:29
Oh no,
or
I
something
think that's
weird.
too early for me. I think I'm about 10 o'clock.
Well, maybe I'll
I
just.
think.
Were you going to Burbank?
Oh no, right into LAX.
Well, there you go.
You're on going to Burbank?
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a good way to
Sneaking
do
in. We live
Yeah.
like 10 minutes from Burbank Airport. So.
Yeah, it's the best. It's
Yeah.
like the only place I fly.
I was
out of
hoping
now.
we were on the same flight because I
Yeah.
got upgraded to first class, and I wanted to be sitting there when you
Just
got on,
sitting there looking at it.
so that I could avert my eyes. Oh, please,
Yeah.
please don't look at
Brad,
Keep walking.
Brad doesn't wait to get in LA to start acting LA when he's on the plane.
That's hilarious. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. We could fly together.
all
Then you
annoyed.
just want to rub it in my
And he
face.
just pretends he doesn't know you. What? Who?
me. Act all annoyed when you walk past. Oh, would you guys sit down?
Can we leave yet?
please? I need my meal.
We got. Oh, let's. Don't forget you can rate and review and subscribe to the show on iTunes or Stitcher.
Or Stitcher.
That helps out.
Mhm.
Also, you can go to huglifepodcast.com and click on our Amazon banner and buy something. They're having sales right now. You should totally do it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good to know.
So, and then we get a little kickback from that when you use our banner, and it helps out to pay for hosting and internet and fun stuff.
Yes. Good job. That's
Mhm.
solid.
I might buy a beard trimmer.
Oh, yeah. You used a
I
fancy
used a
one.
fancy beard trimmer that my friend had, and I'm like, I never want to go back.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's pretty amazing. Like my mustache is not in my mouth right now. It feels wonderful.
Yeah.
This is the best day of my life. I would just shave my beard off, but then I'm like, I have a fat face. Forget.
I used to grow one every winter.
You did?
And it was red like a Viking. I mean,
Oh,
it was
that's
red,
awesome.
Red?
Now, it was really red.
My friend I stayed with in Spokane's like that. His hair is like very much like my color brown,
Yeah.
but his beard is really red, like very,
That's the
very
same
red.
as I was.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because I remember I had a Jacuzzi Susie, used to
Yeah,
cut my
yeah,
hair,
yeah.
my old landlord.
Jacuzzi Susie.
Yeah,
That's what I called
that's what Monica called her. And she used to always like mention every time, she's like, well, separate like blood vessels or whatever for your beard versus your hair. So that's why it could be different colors.
Is
and
that
different
right?
Styles.
Could be
Yeah.
red because you're bleeding.
It could be red because you're bleeding.
Just
Yeah.
nicked you.
Well, she said that
Tell
because
you a story.
she said that because like some guys have like really straight hair and really curly beards, like, or like
wow.
colors are different too.
Weird. That is weird though. Your face hair is different than your head hair.
Yeah,
It
it's-
seems like the same.
Or it's like it's like
Area.
why you can go bald and still grow a beard.
What
It's
if
like
you
that.
had different eyebrows?
I don't
Or
know
just
about
like red
eyebrows.
eyebrows.
I don't know about eyebrows.
Brown.
Yeah.
Mm,
I have a redheaded daughter. That's why when everybody asks, where'd that redhead come from? I go, it's floating around my gene pool.
It's in there
My
somewhere.
beard was red,
Yeah.
So,
And your wife's not.
no, neither one of us. But we got a full-blown ginger daughter.
Dude, my best friend in the world, Pat, his parents not ginger at all, and he is very ginger.
Yeah.
Were they ever like, maybe somebody else was involved?
Oh no! I
Yeah.
gotta call Pat. I gotta be like, "Hey, Pat, I think your parents aren't your parents." At the ripe age of 28, your parents aren't your parents.
Yeah.
What else is there to plug? We have one more thing. Oh yeah,
T-shirts.
T-shirts. That's right. You want to tell them about T-shirts?
Sure, you can purchase T-shirts online. Red ones that say you're great, or gray ones that say the Hug Life chose me. And you can go to monicanevy.com. There's a button that says buy my stuff. Boom, there it is, right there.
Yeah.
And I'll mail it to you. I actually have one in the car that I have to mail.
Do you have a Twitter, Brad?
I do. I'm trying to think of. I never tweet though. I still don't get it. I mean, I'm on there. I don't get it. I mean, once in a while, I still don't get it.
It's one of those things where I got it, and the reason I started tweeting more is I started just looking at it more, like looking at other people's stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's where it gets like I've gotten stuff like broken to me news-wise on Twitter before I've seen
yeah?
it in anything
Yeah, I
else.
follow a lot
I'll
of-
try and tell you. I think I'm Brad Upton 1. I think. I don't even know.
The
I
one
think you
Brad
are
Upton.
too.
Am I?
I think so.
I
don't
can.
know.
I mean,
Trying
this
to
is
think
very
what
much
actually
something I can
about
check
something
right
we were
now.
doing.
Let's see. Yes, Brad Upton 1.
Brad Upton
Ooh.
1.
But let's see. 12/20 was the last time I
It's not
tweeted.
too bad.
Nah. And I tweeted sipping some 105 proof. So I haven't tweeted since.
So you want people to know
People,
the
he might have
mystery?
died.
Yeah, exactly. Oh
Keeping
man,
the
maybe
mystery
he wasn't
alive.
sipping.
Is he on Twitter anymore? Is he on Earth anymore?
Maybe he just drank that whole bottle. Here we go. All right. Good news.
oh yeah. Good call.
Are you prepared for that?
I mean, maybe do we have any lexical embraces beforehand?
Oh, no.
No. Oh no.
I mean, I could have thought about it.
Hold on, it's loading.
I can lexically embrace Jake Johansson. He's a very nice person. Very funny. That's who I did New Year's Eve with.
Yeah.
And we were trying to teach him how to do Snapchat, so that was fun.
Oh yeah. Is that right?
He was like really excited about the filters. He would just come up to you with his phone like, try to put it on you. So I was like, all right.
All right,
Cool.
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I read these a long time ago though, so we're gonna see if I remember the stories.
Perfect. This is
All
my
right,
favorite
your
version
part.
of
Yeah.
this. Okay. Hey guys. Good news.
All right, Brad, you want some good news stories?
I do want some good
Okay.
news stories.
Man leaves Irish waiter $750 tip to fly his girlfriend and newborn baby home for Christmas.
Whoa.
Yeah, so he was talking to this waiter, and he's like, "I'm trying to fly my family out here for Christmas." And the guy's like, "Oh yeah," and he goes, "Boom!" And he just like sent him a
Throws
bunch
his phone on the
he
ground.
throws his phone on the ground, and then he sent him a bunch of money too to fly his family over. That's nice.
Wait, Irish, like where he was in Ireland, or they?
I think
he's here
he's
and
in
they-
New York, and they were in Ireland.
Oh, so he's flying them from.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good.
Isn't that cool?
That is great news.
It is cool. Oh wait, no, I was wrong.
Oh,
No,
then
sorry.
the plane went
No,
down.
he was in. No, he was
not
in.
all good news.
They're in Ireland, but he's in Houston, Texas, not New York. I just
Oh.
assumed it's New York because
Yeah.
all the stories are New York.
You
So
could have lied about that.
I know I could have, but I got really
oh wait,
excited.
no,
to say
I was
wrong.
interested to see what part of that story was not true.
Oh, I was wrong. There was no tip whatsoever.
He actually just made fun of him for being alone on Christmas.
It's just mocking him. He leaves him a negative $750 tip. Girl spots discarded winning lottery scratcher spends money on Thanksgiving dinner for those in need.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much was it? Let's see if it's a scratch ticket. It's not.
It's in Independence, Missouri. She found it on U.S. Highway 40. It was $100.
She's just walking around.
Yeah. So, but she said she saw it and she got it. Where was it? It was a food drive for her elementary school. So she found a $100 scratch ticket and donated all the money to the food drive.
Oh.
It's fun when kids are doing cool stuff like that.
Yeah, that is fun.
You know, because when I was a kid, if I found $100, I was gonna. Yeah, they don't know what life's like.
They're like, oh, I got $100. I'll do something. Well, yeah. You got rent and new brakes.
New brakes.
You're holding on to that for yourself.
Right.
You got news for it.
Yeah, I love charity, but if I found $100 on the ground, I would definitely keep it for myself.
I'd be like, gas money for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I drive a lot. And this is the last one. Philadelphia fraternity cooks Thanksgiving dinner for the city's homeless population for the 16th straight year.
Frat boys doing good stuff.
Frat boys doing good stuff. They don't get a lot of positive press, frat boys. So I thought I'd help them out a little
That's why
bit.
they did it, too.
Yeah.
It wasn't out of the goodness of their heart.
Like also 16th year they've had a rape scandal.
Yeah, exactly. Something's going to blow up here in a couple of months. We need some positive press.
Yeah, that's good. Not all frat boys.
We should have a toy drive right away, too.
We should have a toy drive.
They served 100 people, and they do that every year at the same homeless shelter. And yeah, I feel like you guys really outshadowed that one with your rape talk.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a good step in the right direction, but clearly their stereotype is not food drives.
No, it's not. It's foam parties. I don't know. Do people have foam parties?
They had a charity foam party.
Have you ever been to a foam party? Either one of you?
Foam party?
Yeah.
Never been to a foam party.
It's where they just like fill the room up with like suds, like foam suds, and you just walk around, and everyone's like a little risque clothing.
You just put the dish soap in the dishwasher?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Because I've done that.
You have your own foam party?
that is his own foam party.
Everybody makes that mistake once in college.
Yeah.
My roommate did it in college, and he was like, "I'm so sorry," and I'm like, "I can't even be mad because it's so funny. Our kitchen's full of bubbles right now."
I did the same thing.
How can you be upset?
I just did this. I was like, "Oh, this dish soap, it'll be all right."
I think everybody's
It's only a handful.
I did it
just
at work.
A little tiny bit of it too.
Yeah.
Just never ended.
Yeah, because you just fill up the thing for the detergent.
Yeah, it's only a cupful, a little tiny bit.
Yeah.
I actually had at my old job, the receptionist did it too, and she came in. She did it. She ran it at night, and then came back the next morning. And I'm like, "This could not have been better. Like, this could not have been a better way to start the morning."
I did it once at work and blamed it on someone else.
Did you? Yeah, well.
That's solid work.
Well, my boss was like, "Oh, Andrew," and I was like, "Yeah, Andrew." Jeez, it wasn't bad though. It didn't come out of the dishwasher. It was just in. Like you opened it and it was just
mine just poured out the sides and just took over the whole kitchen.
Oh man.
That's good news.
Yes. Hey, that was good news. It's a solid ending.
It is, yeah.
All right, positive spin.
I'm ready to do it, and we have picked a special topic to positive spin for you. Because,
all right.
And I think I'm excited to do this too. Monica mentioned it, and I was really excited. You want to say what it is?
Like cruises, cruise ships.
Cruise ships.
What do you talk to cruising?
Yeah, because
both sides. I feel like comedy and just going. Have you ever just gone on a cruise for a vacation?
No, never.
Well, we have.
Would you ever? Now that you've been doing it?
I might.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then I could say everything to all the people on board that I've wanted to say things to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that I'm not the entertainment, so now I'm just another passenger, and I can tell them, get the fuck out of the way. Why are you standing there? Move.
Oh, because now they'll be like, hey, didn't we see you do comedy?
Now you got to stand there and be really patient. And then when you hear people up at the counter, up at the front counter bitching about the most trivial stuff. You just want to go, are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. Shut up, you privileged ass. You know what I mean? I would like to go on a cruise. That's every comic that I know that works cruise ships. That's their fantasy, is to go on a cruise as a passenger just go off on people. Because you don't need this. No, exactly. It'd be fun. But yeah, what did you want to know about them? I mean, as a
we want to know, because I feel like there's a lot of bad things about them. Like people say, like it's like a convention. Like how would you put it? Like a corporate vacation. Like it's very much all planned for you. It's like not like you're doing everything. You're not doing anything yourself. Like it's all very much pay for this. Right. They'll all take care of you. But we want to know the good things about it.
I think it's a great way to vacation. I always told people this before I was ever on a cruise ship. I went, I don't get it. I don't get it. That's not me. It just never appealed to me. And then I went on a ship as a comic, and I went, oh, this is great.
Yeah. See, and
I enjoyed this. This is nice because you can be as busy as you want to be, and you can be as organized as you want to be, and you can let them plan everything, or you can do it all yourself, or you can stick to yourself. You can meet people. It's really pretty nice. And the same way in each port, people always buy all these excursions in every port, and it's like, just do your own homework and then get off the ship and go buy it on the side of the dock for about 25% less than you could have got it on the ship.
yeah.
And then talk to the guy at the gate that's standing there trying to sell. You'll get a better deal on it.
Yeah, that's what so we went to a Caribbean cruise when I was a kid. I think I was in 7th grade. And I got really excited, one, because it was all you can eat everything. That was amazing.
Right.
For
Oh,
a
yeah.
young, fat
That
kid.
is a good.
Me and my brother were just like every day at the pool, like eating like 7 hamburgers because they had
At
this
the
like
pool?
hamburger
Oh, yeah,
grill.
never
Yeah,
ending.
you could just eat burgers in the pool. It's amazing. And
Got
but
an ice cream machine there.
Oh, yeah.
Soft serve ice cream.
did they still do that?
24/7.
Oh, do they still do the thing where it's like a formal dinner too?
Oh yeah.
That's such a weird, like, it's all this like kind of white trash
Titanic.
vacation a bit. Like everything's all you can eat. It's like the whole ship's an old country buffet, and then at night they're like, everyone put on a suit and tie and come sit in this dining room.
Right.
It's kind of a weird.
Oh, yeah.
I don't usually go to the
Mixed.
big dining room when I'm on a ship because I'm by myself, number one.
Yeah.
And then, one time I did it because I have privileges. I can go to the big dining room and have a beautiful, gorgeous, but they sit you with somebody you don't know.
Yeah.
And that can be just,
That's just awkward.
the first time I ever did it, the maitre d' walked me around and he sat me down with these 3 couples that were all in their like 80s. And I went, can we cuss on this thing?
Yeah, for sure.
Can we? And I
Yeah.
just sat down and I went, fuck.
Yeah.
And I just had to sit there for 2 hours with these 3 couples that are all in their 80s, and I'm just like, oh my God, why'd that guy do? I'm never doing
You're like,
this
I hate
ever
you.
again.
Yeah. Like I think that was my least favorite part was the formal dinners, actually.
Yeah.
Because you also have to sit there for like 2 hours. And then just like,
Well, when I'm on Seabourn, which is a really high-end cruise line, it's like a 7-star cruise line. It's
Oh,
really
wow.
high-end and expensive. And I have to host a table twice a week where I don't know who does it. The front desk sends these invitations out to guests that comedian Brad Upton would like to invite you to sit at dinner with him tonight. And then all
You're
these
like,
people
would I?
get invites. I don't know who they send them to. I don't send them, but that's what it says. So they invite like 4 couples to the table, and I sit there and I'm the host. And they've been surprisingly good.
yeah.
Because they usually they'll get a couple from a different country. There'll be a Canadian and a British couple, an Aussie couple, an American couple. So you all have there's things
There's
to
stuff
talk
to
about.
talk about, yeah.
And they're interesting, but I have to sit there. And sometimes they aren't.
You got to be
You're
like
oh,
moderate
God.
it.
Yeah, and then of course the conversation always. Then they want to start asking questions about comedy, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about this
yeah. Like, why
at all.
Like, this is
What do you
dinner.
guys
That's
do
my
for a living?
biggest fear is like you sit down and like all those 80-year-olds are like, so what's a funny joke? And then you
Yeah.
have to be like, I got to find a joke an 80-year-old's going to like right now.
Yeah.
Oh, this dinner's ruined.
This dinner's
But and I had to. They pour the wine. I have to. The guy comes over and pours the wine, and then I'm like, oh crap, what am I supposed to do with it? So I went on YouTube and like, what are you supposed? You swirl it and look at it and smell it, and then act like I knew what I was doing.
I have
And then yes, that's good.
yeah,
I
that's
have
good.
100% YouTube everything when I don't know because that's like the best thing you can do. So do you swirl it and then you smell it?
Yeah, you swirl it around, and then you kind of look at it as it whatever.
Oh, yeah.
What is it called? The legs or whatever. When the alcohol comes
yeah.
down, then you have a little smell of it, and then you sip it. And yeah, I did it because the very first time I was like, "Oh, what am I? I know this. Yeah, that's good." And then I just went back the very next day. Like went to YouTube. How do you what are you supposed to do on
So you have to
sampling
do
wines?
this every night?
No, just twice during the week,
twice
and
a
only on that cruise line. And I only do that a couple of times a year.
Yeah. Do you like the cruise gigs though usually?
Yeah, I do. I mean, some guys hate them. It's funny among comedians because the people always go, "Oh, you could do a cruise line," and then they badmouth it. Everybody badmouths cruise lines, and then they all go, "How do you get booked on those?"
Yeah.
They all want to know how to get booked on them. It's pretty funny. I don't mind them. Sometimes they can blow, but
Yeah. The only thing I've heard about it is you get censored not necessarily on being dirty or clean, but on topics. They don't want you to talk about politics, or they don't want you to talk about this.
Yeah, it
'cause it's like
depends
their
on the cruise
clientele
line.
is like,
Carnival is they do blue shows. You can be dirty on them and stuff, but And then on on Royal Caribbean, I do a welcome aboard show, which is 20 minutes, and it's really clean because it's everybody's there. And then they tell the audience, Brad's also doing a late night adult show, and they emphasize it. Late night adult show. The key word is adult. Don't bring your kids. And I'm like, I'm not nasty, but they're just telling people that because
people will bring their kids.
Bring their kids.
Family activity.
Go, well, he said something nasty. Well, I'm some guys work a lot bluer than I do on the ship, but
yeah, the last thing I heard about cruises from someone else was I was with Kermit and another comedian. That other comedian, he said he does a clean hour and then a dirty hour, each night, one clean hour at 7 and then a dirty show at 10. Is how he would do it.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, that's interesting. And they have to be separate. They have to be completely different because they want both. They want the parents to come back to the late show.
Yeah, I've done on that Seabourn, I have to do 2 separate 45s.
Oh, wow.
Which is hard. And I've been doing comedy for 30 years, and it's hard. It's really hard. When I first did it, they told me that's what I had to do. I went, okay. I had 6 months. I was like, oh, crap. I hope I can do this.
Yeah.
And then I actually resurrected a bunch of old material that I don't do anymore. I looked at old tapes and looked at old material that I used to do, and I managed to put together 2 45-minute sets, but I did a 43-minute set and a 44-minute set. And I was out. I was no more jokes.
Right,
done. But I made it. And it's really, for me, if they want a 45 and a 30, which they've done before, that's a huge difference. Just that 15 minutes, just that extra 15 minutes makes a huge difference.
Do you? What was it? Do people come back? Do they have? This,
oh yeah.
So there's someone that sees you, and then they come back to that second 45 or whatever.
Oh yeah, but on that it's 3 days later. So you're the entertainment on Tuesday and Friday.
Oh wow.
And then host a table.
What do you do in between?
What's that?
What do you do in between? You just hang
out? You're by yourself.
Hang out by the pool.
Loner with a boner. That's what I call it. And that's why I tell people. I mean, it's not bad. I'll never complain because you're on a cruise ship somewhere. I'm flying next Wednesday. I'm flying to Costa Rica, and I'm getting on it for 10 days, and it goes Costa Rica, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, San Diego. It's great.
And do you get to do the touristy stuff if you want to?
Oh yeah.
If you want to get off the boat, you can use it. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I think I'll probably I'm on the ship 10 days. I probably only work 2 nights.
That's awesome.
And the rest of the time I have no responsibility. I'm a tourist the rest of the time. I can go into town if I'm not working that day. I can go in there and get hammered, spend all day, which is normally what you do.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of groups on Facebook of cruise entertainers, and you just go on there and go, hey, look, I'm in Cozumel on Tuesday. Anybody else? And you just find out other entertainers, and then hey, let's all meet at this bar, and boom, you meet up with a bunch of other entertainers.
That's cool.
That sounds.
And a lot of times there are other comics. I've done that with other comics that I've known. Or you'll just go on and go, hey, look, there's 4 ships sitting here in Nassau. Who's on there? And somebody else will, hey, I'm on. Let's go lunch. Boom, let's go.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So then you can find someone to hang out. That understands, instead of finding some random people.
And sometimes you'll find somebody you've never met before. You're like, all right, let's have lunch.
Yeah. Why not?
I'm not doing anything.
You did a great job positive spinning that, Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like them. I mean, they're not bad.
Yeah.
You don't work much. That's the thing. As far as you don't, if you do a month of cruise ships, you only do 8 sets the whole month. And it's I want to work more than that. You know what I mean? I really do. I like to, after a while, you're like, God, I feel rusty.
Yeah.
My calendar's full. I feel kind of rusty.
You're just on a boat.
And you're on a ship, so there's a bunch of material that you don't do that month just because you don't do it on the ship. Mm-hmm. And then every comic has ship material that you write. I've got about. I was
going to say, do you have a lot of
I bet I got about 8 or 10 minutes of just material that just kills on the ship.
Yeah.
But I only do it on the ship. Mm-hmm. It's about being on the ship and the buffet and all that kind of crap.
Yeah. It's funny though. Is it? Oh, go ahead.
Have you? So never mind. You were in 7th grade. You said when you went on.
Yeah, it was Caribbean.
Because I went when I was 21, I think, and I went to both shows.
I
saw the welcome. I can't remember.
You both could have been on a ship I was on.
Really?
I don't know when.
That was.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Oh, and this is what?
I was 7th grade, so it was 2000, 2001.
Yeah, it's about the first
Holland,
year I worked.
America.
Oh, it's the first time I ever worked for.
Did you work on Holland America?
In 2000 was the first time I ever worked for Holland America. You said Caribbean?
Caribbean. Yeah.
I did Alaskan cruises.
Dude, I was gonna ask you that
That'd be
too.
so weird.
What's the difference?
Wait a minute.
Dude,
Mike
that-
was never on this
except I
family
would have been
vacation.
like, my parents would not have taken me to a comedy show. I was
Yeah.
getting in trouble all over that cruise ship. Actually, that was kind of a weird vacation for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just being like a rascal, if you will.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I got in trouble for beating the kid activities person with a pool noodle. Like I was jokingly doing it. Like I was just like
Jesus.
hitting him with the pool noodle. He's like, "Stop that, Michael!" And I was like, "Ha!" And he's like, "Okay, you're out." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" Like, and he like kicked
You
me
got
out of the
kicked
kids
out
group.
of the
Wow.
kids group. That's hilarious.
It was like,
Turn in your wristband.
it wasn't like violent. It was all just like in like, I'm having fun. He's like, you're having too much fun. Is what it was.
Well, he wasn't having fun.
I think he's the
obviously.
guy that was the kids cruise ship guy every single cruise. And if that was my job now, I would have definitely gotten upset with me.
Oh,
That
yeah.
sounds like a terrible, like some of the cruise ship jobs have got to be grueling.
Oh, yeah. Most of them are. And their hours are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you know what the best part, though, is the crew bar, because there's a bar just for crew. And it's away from the passengers don't know about it or can't see it, but I can go into it too. And it's fun. That's where they come down, and the people that work with the kids, and they're down there just getting hammered. These kids suck ass, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're like,
no.
you're like,
I bet they have crazy stories.
And then you watch the drama between all the crew because it's incestuous. And
Yeah,
all
I've
sleep
heard that
with
about
each other. And
I heard they get in trouble for sleeping with each other, though.
Oh, I don't
or is it
think
like
so.
one of those things where it's like,
I
they
don't think
can't
it's,
Passengers
I
are
don't
off
think it's the
limits.
crew.
That's
yeah,
it. That's
I think
it.
you
They
can't.
can't have
Oh
sex
no,
with the
they
passengers.
no. That's off limits. You cannot have relations with the, and I mean they enforce it and watch it and stuff. But the crew itself is incestuous.
They're banging all over
and
the
you can
place.
see people breaking up and fighting and crying, and then 10 minutes later they're both out in the buffet working together, and you're like, oh, I know what's going on.
Oh
here.
man, that's
So I'm watching that.
sounds like
That's a
such a good
great
reason to be
positive
honest.
part.
So I can watch it, you know, and I'm like,
Watch
oh,
the
these
drama
two broke
unfold.
up last night in the crew bar, and now they're working
And you're
together.
just like,
I'm
hey, how's
"Hey,
it
how
going
you doing?"
today?
Dude, what's your show, Monica, called? Something Cruise with Kane?
Oh, tomorrow's cruise.
Tomorrow's Cruise. It's like that. He's living that life.
Kane and I we're gonna write a web series about
Oh, yeah.
cruise ship and how and all the people working together
yeah.
and stuff.
Oh, I think it's ripe for it.
It could be just
Yeah.
like the Love Boat, but better.
Yeah,
It's like a dirty
tomorrow's
love
cruise.
boat.
There's also a bit of like a sci-fi thing where they can never get off the ship.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they always talk about tomorrow's cruise, but it never really happens.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
So you guys thinking of cruising? Just vacation?
I kind of want to. My girlfriend is not into it because for the reason we mentioned before, where she likes to be the one planning all her vacation stuff. And I don't think she likes giving up the control, which is for me, I'm like, that's what a vacation's about, is you just go on somewhere and you just sit there and you're like, I can do whatever I want for the next 5 days and I have no plans and I can just relax, which is what a cruise is awesome
Yeah,
for.
well, I think the other thing, too, it's your hotel room goes from city to city with you. You don't have to check in and check out.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, tell her the getting off the ship and doing your homework before you do it.
Yeah.
Then she could probably find some cool
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
to like
absolutely.
do. You know,
Just like,
'cause she likes
I just got to
adventure.
give her homework and then she'll get really
Yeah,
excited.
yeah, she'll be jacked up. She's-
Go look at. You can go look at the itinerary on the cruise on the website, and it'll tell you all the different tours that are available. And then you sign up for them ahead of time and pay for them ahead of time. Well, those same tours are available dockside
Oh, I see.
For way cheaper.
for less money.
Yeah.
You just walk off and then go talk to they have booths out there, and you can get almost everything that's on the website. You know, if a certain tour is sold out, that's the only advantage to doing ahead of time. If it's something really popular,
Yeah. The one thing that we did when I was on that cruise that I remember is we did the stingray swimming.
Yeah.
And that was really fun. That was like a life event that I remember still.
Yeah.
Even though I was a kid. Also, I remember because my brother was afraid to get into the water, and that made me laugh. So.
yeah,
Because they're like, they have real stingers on, and everyone's like, why are we going in here? This was pre-Crocodile Hunter, by
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
way.
I was gonna
so.
say.
I took
Yeah.
my kids and wife and kids. I've taken them before. I have guest privileges. I can take a guest. That's the other
Really?
thing. I can take a guest on any cruise.
That's awesome. So you can like...
I just have to get them there and back. But otherwise, once they're on the ship, it's all free.
It's all free.
Yeah.
And they can go with you to the crew quarters and the crew bar and everything? Or?
Yeah, maybe. Depends
Yeah.
on which cruise line.
What's your I don't
know
want to
that.
make you, I mean, as you can say on the record, what's your favorite one you think? Like, do you like not necessarily a line, do you like an Alaska cruise more than a Caribbean cruise or a South American cruise?
That's a good. I've been all over the world.
What's your favorite, do you think? Like geographically?
I don't
I
know.
almost
That's a
said
good
geologically.
question because
I mean,
I've
that's
done
rocks.
a bunch of great. I've been in the Mediterranean, the Baltics,
That's
up
one
and
that I
down the
wanna do.
Amazon River, and
Whoa. I didn't even
you know what? Probably my least favorite's the Caribbean.
Really?
Oh, really?
Just because I've done it so many times, and most of those islands are dumps. I mean,
They are.
they're dumps. You
There
get
was-
off, you're like, oh, this is depressing.
When I was on the Holland America cruise, they said Holland America owns their own island in the Caribbean, and we went, and my mom and dad were like, "This place is like disgusting. Like it's
Yeah.
just like they might as well have a trailer park on the
Yeah,
island."
do they
It's
all
just-
have? I can't remember. I think I went on a carnival. I think,
Uh-huh.
but they had their own. I don't know if they
yeah,
all
they have
share
a private
that same
island. They
little
have
private island.
Yeah.
I've done those, and that's not a bad afternoon. But
I want to go on the Mediterranean one really bad. That's
Yeah.
the one that I've heard is like the really, really cool
Yeah,
one.
I've done
You know,
that
Italy
several
and
times.
Greece and all
Mhm.
that stuff.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I did a
fancy stuff.
month-long charter where I was
Oh.
on a ship for a month, and it was Italy, Malta,
How-
Croatia.
How are you feeling that last like week? Were you ready to get off the boat?
Well, that one is when I actually flew my wife and kids all the way to Rome, and then
Oh, wow.
they were on for 2 weeks. I was on it 2 weeks alone, and then the final 2 weeks had the family.
So that
with me.
made it better.
That was great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the first 2 weeks, I went and explored all the ports to find all the cool stuff. So when my family got there, I was like, "Oh, I got to show you this."
Oh, yeah,
so
know
it was
where
like
to
a,
go.
it was like a
Coming back.
loop.
It was a loop. The
That's
same week,
cool.
4 weeks in a row. So I got to explore all the ports by myself.
And then you get to be like, I know we're not going to waste our time.
Yeah,
I know where I'm
exactly.
going. That's
Exactly.
smart. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you'd go to the same stops every week. So they
Right.
actually got to do the loop twice too. Then
Exactly.
That's awesome. What cruise line was that?
That was Holland America.
Oh.
And it was a charter.
Oh.
So the ship was chartered by insurance companies or something like that. An insurance company. State Farm, I think, had it.
They do like they're doing now like comedy cruises where it's like Doug Benson invites people to come out like comedians to go on a cruise line and people pay to watch their shows like every night. Usually it's music. I know
Right.
Weezer does a cruise where they have like it's essentially a music festival that lasts a week on a cruise ship.
that sounds.
I've been on a
interesting.
ship where there's like a third of the ship it's like a Christian music cruise. Oh my God. And they have their own shows, you know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh God, I hope they don't come to the show.
I would love to see
But
you
there
on
are
a
some
Christian
cruises
music
where they
cruise.
have whatever group charters the entire ship. But there's a lot of times when there's groups of 300 or 400, you know what I mean? And whatever their affiliate is, they're on board. But I've been on with like these Christian music cruises. I'm like, oh God.
like what is happening?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That is great.
And I've done the Alaskan cruise a million times. That's still a great cruise. It's
I mean,
fantastic.
I've heard it's really good.
I
Like
can-
just to go on.
I can tell you, like, because from living there, I always wanted to do it still, even though, because
Yeah.
it's a part of Alaska I've never seen. That coastline is a part I've never gone to, like Aleutian Islands and stuff like that. And they also like Ketchikan and Juneau. I've never been there either. So I actually met a lady
Sorry,
in Spokane from Juneau. And she was like, "You're from Alaska too?" And I was like, "I'm from Fairbanks." And she's like, "Oh, cool." And then we were talking. And then Ketchikan, they have houses on stilts. And I said, "Oh, Juneau, that's where the houses on stilts are, right?" And she's like, "That's Ketchikan." And she just walked away. Like she thought I was like posing, like I
Yeah.
was posing as an Alaska person. And I'm like, "Oh man, I just lost a person here."
No, he lost a fan.
But I would love to go. I want to go see the glaciers before they all go away.
Oh, they're beautiful. They really are awe-inspiring, and I've been up there dozens of times, and I walk out on the ship, I stand there, I stare at them.
Yeah,
I mean, they really make you feel small and
also like
contemplate your place on the planet.
yeah, and like big chunks of them will fall off.
Oh, yeah,
into the water,
absolutely.
too. It's cool. It's really neat.
Crazy.
Yeah, did you do sled dog stuff? Did you do any of that?
No,
stuff?
I haven't done that. I've flown. I took a helicopter up onto a glacier before. I did that.
That's cool. The closest thing I did is I did a plane to a glacier kind
Yeah.
of thing when I was a kid, but it was a long time ago and I barely remember it. And I was with my Florida cousins who had never seen snow before,
Oh, wow.
and it blew their minds.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I've never
I
seen
bet.
someone lose their shit more over a weather kind of thing. They were just like, "What is this?"
That's awesome.
What we're yeah, do we hit cruise ships? Do we feel like there's
I
anything
think
else?
there
we
was a
need-
lot of great things about
yeah,
cruise
I
ships,
think we're ready to
honestly.
do the old top 5 turnaround.
Top 5 turnaround.
Yeah.
All right, Brad, this is how this works.
All
You
right.
and Mike are on a team. I'm going to give you the top 5 worst of something.
Okay.
Each one you have to tell us why that's a good thing. You got to turn it around.
Why
right?
it's a good thing?
Yes. So
Right.
this one is the top 5 worst complaints about vacations that travel agents have ever gotten. And so you guys would say why it's a valid complaint, I guess, or why?
This is why it's a good complaint.
Yeah, I guess, or
Okay.
why they should help them out, like figure it out.
Okay.
And you're throwing this to Mike and I both.
Yeah.
We're on a
All
team
right.
right now.
All right.
So you guys can work together.
Okay.
You know. All right. There was a couple on their honeymoon in the Maldives, and they wanted a refund because it rained one day.
A full refund?
Yep.
Because it rained one day?
Yep.
Well, I was going to go. I'm supposed to tell you why that's a good thing?
This is so hard.
It's a
It is so
challenge.
hard. 'cause
Challenging game.
That's me. You know, like I said earlier, I just want to go off on these people.
Yeah,
I want to pitch in and go after them.
So it rained one day, and why that's a good excuse for a refund.
Yeah. What's some reason you'd be like, yeah, I guess I could see why you were upset?
If they're like allergic to water, to rain.
Maybe they don't bathe.
Maybe they don't.
And
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they don't pay.
Maybe what happened is they're paranoid about acid rain, and they think it's acid rain.
Oh.
Yeah. There you
What
go.
honeymoon couple leaves their cabin in the first place?
Yeah. Woo. Maybe
You know
that's
what I
what
mean?
it is.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you have more advice for them on their relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a relationship problem we need to tackle here too.
Maybe that's why they wanted a refund. They just didn't get along with each other, so they're blaming the rain.
Oh yeah. So they were stuck in the cabin on the rainy day, and it caused them to get a divorce. So now they want a refund because it directly affected
You know
their
what? Give them
marriage.
their money back. Give them their money back.
Yeah. Give them back.
If they
They're
were
gonna
that
need it for
miserable.
the-
Yeah. If
Yeah.
they were that miserable.
Give them their
on
money back to
honeymoon
pay
cruise,
for an annulment.
I think we should.
Yeah.
They have a valid point.
They don't get along.
It's only going to get worse from
They're
here, Brad.
miserable people.
Give them their money. That's all they
Sounds
have.
good. Sounds good. All right. Number 2, Universal Studios. The guy asked for a refund because the Hulk roller coaster was too scary.
I mean, if it gave him emotional distress to the point where he's going to have PTSD, like every time he sees Hulk hands,
I mean, not go on it, but
then he needs to pay for.
every time he sees Hulk.
Yeah, he sees a kid with Hulk hands, he just breaks down and starts crying. So maybe he needs to pay for his psychiatric.
Well, you know,
care.
I have been on a
Emotional
couple of
damage.
roller coasters in the last couple of years, and they're not as fun as they used to be.
No.
Really? Is it just scary?
It's
or
something, an
is it-
age
Yeah.
thing or something. You're like, I want off of here. I want off of here. I want off. I want off. I want off of here. I
I've been
get
on-
it now. I don't need this many G's. A vein's going to burst in my head. I know that's what's going to happen. Just because I didn't want to tell my kids I wouldn't go on the roller coaster with them.
I did the Hulk roller coaster twice when I was in Universal in Florida.
Oh,
That's where
so-
it's at.
Okay.
And I will tell you, it is very scary because
Oh.
it does the thing where they just go from like 0 to 60 in like a second because it's all magnets.
Right.
So it just shoots you out. And maybe that's what that guy was afraid of, and he wasn't ready for it.
He's afraid of magnets.
Mhm.
Maybe
he doesn't think
he
magnets
had a
are
surgery
Yeah,
and
that's
there's
right.
metal in his body.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
His knee got sucked to the bottom of the Oh, God.
We nailed that one.
That
Yeah.
is true. That's a better. Right. 3. I think this was a honeymoon as well, but he called the travel agents to tell them they needed to get his wife back because she was mad that he accidentally booked a trip to Rome, Georgia, and not Rome, Italy. So she left.
Okay, I'm confused by that. So they need to help him get his wife back because she left him
Because he booked the wrong trip.
because he booked the wrong trip to Rome, Georgia. That seems like a travel wouldn't you think a travel agent though would be like, do you mean Rome, Italy? Like would
Maybe.
check that? That kind of actually might be a legitimate reason to get mad at the travel agency.
Do you know what? There's probably a bar in Rome, Georgia called the Colosseum. There probably is.
Right.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all
yeah.
lined up. It's the
There's
Colosseum
probably
bar.
the Trevi Fountain. There's probably a Trevi Fountain.
The Imperial
bar,
Forum
the
Bar
guy
and
goes,
Grill.
I want to do the Trevi Fountain. I want to do the Colosseum. All right, we'll book those for you.
I would feel like the price difference would make it
Yeah.
obvious.
I've got a
But
great deal on this.
It only cost me $60 to fly to Rome.
That's right.
Rome.
It's weird. We take a bus from Atlanta. I don't get that part. But they said we'd be there.
I actually really want to be there though when his wife realizes what it is.
But you know what? If you're that dumb, yeah, give them their money back.
Yeah.
Right,
They
it's
need
kinda-
their money
kinda mean to
back because
take
they have
advantage
bigger
of it.
problems.
They live in Georgia. Right. 4. Oh, man. This lady wanted, I guess, a refund because the resort in Mexico, the pebbles were too small and it chipped her manicure.
Say that again.
Pebbles on the beach. There was too many pebbles on the beach, and it chipped her manicure and, well, I guess pedicure, really.
Wow. And she wants a refund for that?
Yeah.
This is not an easy one.
Wow,
These
Very
aren't
hard one.
easy.
This one
'cause-
is
no.
It's a tough
tough.
one. Why to give? Well, I mean, how much is a manicure?
Oh, if you get both of them, probably like $60.
Can't they just refund her for that? I mean, you could do that.
Maybe.
Instead of doing the full refund. I'm all about
It's
compromises.
a fair
okay?
compromise.
You know?
I mean,
Because her vacation
Most
was
of me
probably like
wants to be like,
$1,000.
no way.
Well, I'll guarantee you on the dock, somebody's doing pedicures and manicures right
There
there.
you go.
Oh.
Probably cheaper too. Look at
A
that.
lot
Yeah.
cheaper. I'd say around for everybody.
Yeah.
It's pedicure, manicure.
Everyone get mani
Got
pedis.
friends that want them? Let's do it.
Everyone on the boat.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Have you ever had a manicure or a pedicure, Brad?
Yes, I have.
Me too.
Very nice.
It's very
money
nice.
well spent.
It
You're
is.
Wow, I get it now.
Especially the foot one. The foot one
Oh,
is
yeah.
great.
Yeah, I used to do them after basketball season just to like get whatever's down there off. Not
friend
even
of
like to
mine's-
paint them, just to rub my feet.
Wife, when he turned 50, she got him for him and all his buddies, and the pedicure place shut down. It was like a party, and we had beer and pedicures. It was great.
That's
That sounds
awesome.
awesome.
Drinking and pedicures. It's like, this is money well spent.
First time
That's
I
a
got
great
one,
idea.
they like were really punching my foot. I was trying to explain this. I told Monica about this. Like I went to one in Alaska, and instead of like rubbing
Well,
your foot,
right there.
yeah, it's a problem.
That Alaska
Alaska.
She
pedicure.
just started like straight up punching my foot like this, and I was like, "What's happening?"
bottom of your
yeah,
feet?
and it felt like really good actually, but I was like, "This seems very violent. This is way more violent than I thought it would be."
Wow.
Weird.
yeah,
I've never heard. I mean, I don't know. They massage it, I guess.
my feet are ticklish too, so it's
Probably
very
because you've
difficult
never
to get
been
done.
barefoot in Alaska or something.
Yeah,
Just
they're like, you just
wear
gotta-
boots 365 days a
It's
year.
very true. My brother
All
is like
curled up in
negative-
white.
It's like negative 20 there
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is your toes. I don't know why I said that.
So can we say compromise on that one? Will that work if we go to the dock and get a
Yeah,
mani
get
pedi?
one.
Is that
Definitely.
a valid?
Yeah, I agree.
Good job, Brad. I had
That's
nothing.
good. All right. And the fifth one, a woman wanted them to supply her with stuff to ward off vampires in Bucharest, which I thought was an interesting place for that to happen. But so she called them and was like, "Hey, are you guys going to give us
Anti-vampire kids.
yeah, some anti-vampire stuff?"
Honestly, at that point it would be so funny because all you can do, you gotta get garlic.
Right. If I got that call, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'll send you one right
yeah,
over."
Absolutely. And then you make you just give her some garlic. You give her a wooden steak, just like a garden steak. That's like $1.
That's right.
You could make this kit for like $3. In fact, the travel agency should do that
They
for
should
fun.
just have them, yeah.
Maybe like the most expensive thing would be like a crucifix, but you can get a cheap one of those online. You know what I
Even
mean?
when people don't ask you, like, "You're going to need this." Here you go.
Yeah, that's right.
It would be really funny.
What is
if they
this?
just handed it.
Well, just carry it.
Just carry it on. Just put that in your pocket. Just be okay.
Good, yeah. It sounds like the travel agents need to have fun sometimes.
Yeah,
too.
I think that's what we're getting from this more than anything. is
Yeah,
travel
exactly.
agencies are very humorless people.
I feel bad for them. All right. It'll be fun.
we wrecked that.
Yeah, solid work. I'm impressed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was a tough one. You did good.
Yeah, that was really
It is
good.
hard to find the positive spin on these.
It is.
It is.
I want to do stuff that's like difficult to do. That's like you shouldn't do. Really upsetting stuff. But
We positive spun Colts one time. We
Yeah.
like to challenge ourselves
Wow.
every once in
Yeah.
a while.
actually, I have this is because we have some extra time left before we have to go to the quiz. So I just want to ask you this, and this is not on topic at all. We might talk about it in the future. But have you ever heard of there being a girl guy
Oh,
polygamous
yeah.
situation? Like a sister husband kind of thing instead of sister
Brother
wife.
husbands?
Whatever.
I
Brother
think I've
husbands.
referred to you and
Mitch as brother husbands.
Yeah.
I have not.
You have not seen it. We're trying to
Yeah.
think of this, and like it has to exist at some point, right?
I don't know though. I mean, it's just
Well, the way we evolved as humans, I mean, as hunter-gatherers
Yeah.
in groups, we were always polygamous.
Yeah, that's true.
And I read this. This gets science. I read this book recently.
Let's get
about-
scientific.
You want to?
I do. I feel like it.
That the way, and this still exists to this day, like in Borneo or in Amazon, where people still live the way we did for the first 2
Yeah.
million years. They're still pretty close to living in groups of 80 to 100 people. That man, I don't know if we should talk about this. But I read this book, but when humans, they said, who's more vocal during sex, men or women? Well, everybody will go, well, women are more vocal during sex. I mean, it's just no matter what culture. And the reason that is the way it evolved was to attract attention in the village. And then the guys are like, somebody's having sex, and all the guys would get aroused, and they'd go over, and it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's how people evolve.
Interesting.
That's why when women have sex and they're done, they're ready to have some more.
Because they're like, who's next?
And that's how humans evolved. Do you know what I mean? In the villages, and there weren't all the mind games.
So
now, if you did it and your neighbors all showed up, you go, "Hey, what the hell's going on?" But if that's how you evolved and that's your society, that hey, Monica's hot and ready to go. Well, the 4 of us are ready too. I mean, but that's how and it wasn't. That's how humans.
Yeah,
dude.
First 2 million years.
I want you to have a science podcast so badly.
I'm very well versed.
I know.
I read a great book about it.
What was the book called?
I wish I could remember that. I'll look it up. I'll try and remember.
he's like, I made it up.
No,
It was just called Lady Sounds. That's the name of the book.
But that's why guys are one and done and out, and the women are like, I want to go again.
So in a way, though, it was kind of a brother husbands in a way,
Yeah.
right? So that's
Yeah,
like
so
it's a biological thing.
it was all biological.
So
yes.
women would be better at it then, it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Having multiple husbands.
Yeah. You know what? We just solved something today.
Oh wow, we just revolution.
Yeah. Do you hear that?
Yeah. We'll get into it. I know I haven't heard of it, but it does sound more, not that I would want multiple husbands. But
Right. No, yeah, exactly.
It just seems, I mean,
Just seems like
now,
multiple problems. You know what I'm saying?
now it's not, it's not like you get just the one good part of you still have a whole other relationship, I would think, but I don't know. I've watched Big Love a couple of times.
There was the reason
it's a little weird.
There's this really good show on Netflix called The Moaning of Life. It's a British show about a guy who's like he's a total grump actually, and he goes around the world trying to find stuff. His name's Carl Pilkington, and he goes to a polygamist place with this guy, and he has like 4 wives, which I don't know how they get away with this because it's very much against the law, right? So I don't know how they're so public about it, but he was kind of like, I kind of get it, because like one woman would cook, one woman was a doctor, like they all had these professions, and he's like, and one woman was a massage therapist, so he's like, he wants a massage, he just goes to this wife, and if he has like a athlete's foot, he goes to this wife. Like it's just like this weird
those
thing.
are solid occupations to choose.
Yeah,
if you're choosing
it was interesting.
wives, but
not saying polygamy is a good thing, but I was like, well, they did find a kind of a positive thing in that there. In a way.
you want to hope that they do it on like purpose, like they're conscious of it. They're not like tricked into it somehow.
Because reality is, you probably got all 4 girls that work at Safeway. And after work,
and you're the manager. Like,
Yeah.
Hey.
oh God, are we going to talk about work again? Stop it.
So how's produce, Kathy?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that bitch at the meat counter had enough of her.
She's right here.
She's right here. I know. Maybe you should look at Albertsons.
All right. We're at 47 minutes. Let's do the quiz right now.
Let's do it.
All right. The quiz, we do a dumb internet BuzzFeed quiz.
Crap.
All right.
And so the way it'll work is I'll ask you the questions and I'll fill it out for you. So it's a surprise to see what you have. Okay.
You get to know something about yourself.
The quiz today is, what kind of cereal are you? We always do it like very different than like topic. And there is
matches
a
your
pattern in
personality.
this quiz that I want to see if you guys can figure out what it is.
Okay.
During as it goes along. So
Some
let me know.
type of-
So what do you usually do first after waking up? Do you hit snooze and sleep more? Get some coffee? Work out or go for a run? Dread every moment of the day ahead of you? Listen to some Red Hot Chili Peppers? Get hype for some cereal? Wake and bake, like smoke weed, or have some sex with 3 X's?
Oh, is that a different kind of thing?
Coffee for me.
Coffee?
Coffee's first thing.
I said hit snooze and sleep some more.
Snoozer.
I usually wake up on my own before the alarm.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually, for this drunk wake up today, I woke up at 5 a.m. and I felt fully awake.
Because you're still drunk. You're still
Yeah.
drunk now. I told you that.
And then I did like a beer bong, and then I just went back to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
What is the best
Still drunk.
non-cereal breakfast food? Eggs, bagels, pancakes or waffles, yogurt, bacon, donuts, an egg sandwich, leftover pizza, or weed.
Well, there's a lot of weed stuff happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of weed stuff. That's one of the themes, but there's another theme. Ooh.
Out of that group, I would take the egg sandwich, I think.
Egg sandwich is a solid bet. I think I went pancakes or waffles, I think.
I'm going to go bacon.
Bacon, all right.
Do you like bacon?
And then this is a weird one. Which city in California would you want to live in? Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, San Jose, Berkeley, or Bakersfield?
Who would want to live in Bakersfield?
In there. San Diego, I think.
That's what I chose, too.
Yeah.
We might all get the same answer because we all love San Diego.
Is that the
Mm-hmm. What are you choosing, San Diego, Monica?
I'll choose San Francisco just to mix it
different?
up a little bit.
Okay. Which of these celebrities do you respect the most?
Ooh.
Ellen
Keyword.
Pompeo. I don't know who that is.
She's from Grey's Anatomy.
Okay. Rihanna, Steve Buscemi, Rosie Perez, Cat Williams, Anthony Kiedis, Daniel Day Kim, Mariah Carey, or Jackie the Joke Man Martling.
Oh, God.
I don't even know who that is.
I'm going with Rihanna.
You want Rihanna?
Yeah.
I went Steve Buscemi.
It's a solid choice, though, Rihanna. I'm going to go with Rosie Perez because I just saw her in something new.
Oh,
I
yeah?
was very impressed, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Which item of clothing brings you the most joy, Brad? Pants, socks, bra. I don't know. That would be one. Shirt, hat, or dress? Please say dress, Brad.
Brings me the most joy?
Mm-hmm. I said pants. Like if I get a new pair of jeans, I get really excited. Okay. I feel good.
I'm going to go with a hat.
A hat?
Yeah.
All right.
That's solid. Joy?
Mm-hmm.
I like nice socks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
They
was
wear
my
the
guess.
I think with hat, you can show a little style with a hat.
You can.
Yeah.
Are you a baseball hat kind of guy?
I have
or
those, and I've got a couple of, I don't know, what do they, straw kind of hats.
Do you have an Indiana Jones
Ooh.
hat?
Kind of.
Yeah, those are
I just
cool.
got a cowboy hat in Calgary.
Ooh.
They knighted me. I got an honorary Calgarian where they give you a big white cowboy hat.
That's
I'll never
awesome.
wear
Ooh.
it, but it was cool when I got it.
When you coach track, do you wear a hat outside?
Yeah,
'cause you're
out in the
outside all the
sun,
time?
yeah.
Yeah. We got to talk about that, too.
I had a Seattle Pilots hat, too.
Ooh.
Which is pretty cool.
That is
Old
cool.
school. That's awesome.
Choose one of these wise old sayings, and this is where you might catch the theme. Choose not a life of imitation. Destruction leads to a very rough road, but it also breeds creation. Love is free, love me. Say hell yes. You guys catch this right now? I am what I am. Most motherfuckers don't give a damn. There's a devil in my dick. There's some demons in my semen. Or hump de bump, doop badoo, bump de hump, doop bop.
Can you repeat that one?
We have to pick one of those?
Yeah. This person really loves the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Also, all the clothing in the quiz is Red Hot Chili Peppers clothing.
Oh, I
Like, it
didn't even
has-
notice that. I
is
like
that
looking
right?
It's
at
got
it
the
and I
hat
couldn't
has
even.
the Red Hot Chili Pepper symbol on it. The shirt is a
Yeah.
Red Hot. It's so ridiculous.
That's hilarious.
Um,
What
I think I chose "Choose Not a Life of Imitation" is the one I chose. The other ones are "Destruction leads to a very rough road, but it also breeds creation." "Love is free, love me, say hell yes." "I am what I am. Most motherfuckers don't give a damn." "There's a devil in my dick. There's some demons in my semen." Or "Hump to bump doop badoo bump de hump doop bop,"
I
which is my
really
favorite.
I'm going with I am what I am.
You are what I
And
am.
most motherfuckers don't give a damn.
There you go.
Ooh.
What are you picking?
Oh, let's go with the love is free, whatever. That's
No one
good.
picked the hump one, huh? I said it twice. And then finally, what is
I
the
don't know what
best
that
Red Hot
means.
Chili Peppers album?
Oh, God. I wish I. Oh, my God, there's so many.
Yeah, they are. Red Hot Chili Peppers, they're self-titled. Freaky Styly, The Uplift Mofo Party Plan. If you haven't listened to any of these, I just pick one off the name.
Yeah, I was going to look if are
Do you wanna look
can
at
I
'em?
see the covers?
Yeah,
That's the
sure.
how I'll know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I chose By the Way, which is the bottom right corner one, because I actually listened to that album when I was in high school and I liked it. There's Mother's Milk, Californication, the Abbey Road EP, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, Hot One Hot Minute. Oh, there's more. Stadium Arcadium, I'm With You, or The Getaway. There's so many.
Maybe Californication. Is that hack to
Californication.
pick that one.
No, it's not Hack. I think that's a good one to pick.
I'm picking the getaway because it's a little girl walking with a bear and a raccoon.
That's pretty awesome.
It's awesome. Boo!
This is a very good chance we all got the same cereal. Monica, what did you get?
I got Cookie Crisp.
Nope.
Yeah.
You're different. Brad and I are the same,
That's-
though.
Are we? What is it?
What kind of
Well,
cereal? I am?
what's the little thing you say?
It doesn't say anything. Does
Oh.
it say a thing?
Yeah, ours says something.
Oh. They're like, you're Cookie Crisp. We're crazy.
Brad and I are Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ooh.
Oh, well, that's a good one.
We're fun and have a great sense of humor. You're a very
Sense of humor?
we're very sexual people and can be real charmers.
Clearly.
This quiz just nailed it. That's my favorite part about these quizzes is just they're either very close to you and you're like, that's weird, or they're
This
completely
is
off.
way
Like
off.
way,
It's just like a
way off.
horoscope.
Yeah.
Just vague enough to go, yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
I'm cinnamony.
Cinnamony.
Cookie Crisp. I love Cookie Crisp, actually. It's delicious.
I don't think I've ever had
It's
Cookie
probably
Crisp.
the worst cereal for you because it's literally just
Chocolate
little
chip
cookies.
cookies.
The little tiny oh, yeah,
just
those are
cookies.
good.
What is
Yeah.
your favorite cereal? If you
Oh,
had to-
man, I got a bunch of them.
Well, let's stuff. Let's some. You know what I mean?
Man, Frosted Flakes. I like
That's
Frosted
good.
I do like
Flakes.
Frosted Flakes.
I'm a big. Go ahead.
The Frosted Mini Wheats on occasion are good.
Those are like. Do you like the mini ones or the?
Yeah.
Do you remember the big ones? They're, like,
Captain
really-
Crunch, tear up your mouth.
Tear up your mouth, Captain
Yeah.
Crunch.
Like Captain Crunch.
I'm a big Honey Bunches of Oats fan.
Honey
Yeah?
Bunches, really?
I like that. Yeah.
Are you 100?
Yeah.
I like my grape nuts.
I just like hot cereal but cold. It's cooled down.
Yeah.
We want to do the charity? We're at 55 minutes right now.
Yes.
Okay.
We talked about that was relevant for the glacier thing. I picked this charity. It's a climate change movement. It's they're specifically trying to help leaders stay accountable for creating like environmental solutions. It's called 350.org, and it's the numbers 350.org.
All right,
Check
cool.
it out. Yeah.
That's a good one. Do you have any charities you like, Brad?
Gilda's Club, and it's no longer called Gilda's Club. They changed their name, and it's I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember what it is.
What's
it
it
used to be Gilda's Club.
What's it about? What do they
It's
do?
for people it's for friends and family or people with cancer and their families, and it's
Oh.
a cancer support group.
Is it based on Gilda
yeah.
Radner?
Yeah, it's exactly what it was
Yeah,
named
okay,
after.
I
And it
think
was
I-
called Gilda's Club, and they were all over America, and there were like 13 of them, and I used to be very active on the one here in Seattle, and they changed their name. It was a big
Is it
corporate
called
move.
Cancer Pathways now?
Oh yeah, that's what came.
Is that what
up
it's
on-
called now?
That's what came
I
up.
think so. But yeah, that's
New
where I
name,
would.
same mission. Formerly
Yes.
Gilda's Club.
What is it called?
Cancer Pathways.
Yeah, there we go. That's it.
That's a great one. That's awesome.
So Cancer Pathways.
Everything's free for everybody there. It's
That's
for
awesome.
families, kids.
Dude, that's a great charity,
That is a
Brad.
great one.
You really crushed it. You know,
There we go.
sometimes people do like the same charities we've already done before. I'm like, be original. You were so original.
Yeah.
You're so original.
SPCA.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, we do get a lot of
Yeah,
them.
we've had like a Wounded Warrior Project like 4 times, which is fine. But I mean, way to be creative. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
That's the episode. We're done now.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do? I was thinking we just put some dish soap in your washer and see what happens.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Make a phone party.
We
in
have
the
a private phone party.
Yeah. Now we're talking. You guys are great.
You're great.
You're
You're great.
great.
You're
Ooh,
great.
no
You're
one's
great.
saying
Ooh, we
that.
can end it the way we like to. You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.